So what I'm going to do? If this is a question you ask yourself after watching thousands of videos on the best business ideas, then you should watch this one another video. Hey Top Gun, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, take a second to subscribe and hit the notification bell to not miss the new comings. I'm Olga, a small business owner, career strategist and a writer, and I'm happy to see you among work-at-home professionals and online entrepreneurs here. Straight into the topic. In order to define what type of business you can and you should run, you should start with defining your strengths, your inclinations, your weaknesses, and your resources. And I have put all of those into this order on purpose. First, defining your strengths would immediately tell you what type of business you can potentially run, like today, without having to re-educate yourself from scratch. For example, your core strengths may lie in programming, or in communicating with people, or in creating content. And having defined all of these, outline several if you like, you can already define type of online businesses that you can potentially run. But don't be in a hurry to do that just now, because now it's time to define your inclinations, which is what is it that you really want to do. And you might ask, how does this differ from defining your strengths? Easy peasy. For example, you might have an outstanding experience in accounting business and you might have worked in this industry for years, but you might be so fed up with the industry and with the profession that you have no inclination and no desire, no wish to work in this industry anymore. And you would like to shift to cooking industry, to catering industry, and with your accounting background, it might be gold mine for you. But again, don't rush to choose the type of business based on your inclinations only, because now it's time to admit your weaknesses. For example, you might rock at programming and you might love what you do. So it might seem as you have both your strengths and your inclinations combined together, and it seems like a win-win if you want to start a software development agency. However, if you suck at communicating with people, if you suck at finding clients for your business, you might end up nowhere. You might end up building a business that nobody would buy from. Admitting your weaknesses would save you the cost of committing a mistake further along the way or at the very start. For example, in this example, you might consider co-founding an agency with someone who is good in sales and marketing and can do all the operations for you. So outlining weaknesses at the very start helps you to correct your chosen direction and make the necessary corrections at the very beginning so that you can actually run this business which you otherwise would fail to perform. For example, I might be excellent at educating, at creating content, and I might love programming, so it seems that my strengths and my inclinations are combined together and it seems like a win-win. However, if I suck at programming, if I have not programmed a single program, if I have not developed a single tool, would it be wise for me to start online courses in teaching people how to code in Python or Ruby on Rails or Java or whatever? Of course not. First, I would not be able to perform those courses myself, and second, nobody would buy those courses from me given that I'm a no expert in the industry. Or I might like to join the fitness industry, but if I cannot lift hand weights without hurting myself, I don't think that anything good will ever come out of it. Or again, I might enjoy handicrafts and I might know a lot of them, but given that deep in my heart I know that my weakness is that these hands cannot possibly produce anything worthy, and I cannot even cut a sheet of paper evenly, I know that I won't be successful in this business as well. By the way, what are your strengths and weaknesses? Don't be shy, share them in the comments below. Okay, so let's say you defined your strengths, you defined your inclinations and desires, and you defined at the bottom of your heart what it is that you really want to do. You checked that your weaknesses would not interfere with what you have chosen. Now it's time to check your resources. Let's say I know a lot about software development business and this is what I love, this is the love of my life, and there are few weaknesses that I know won't interfere with my love, my devotion and my desire to build a software product. But if I decide to build a complicated product, for example in e-health industry that I love and think worthy, working in. I might find that I lack resources, legal, financial, human resources. I might lack all of those resources that would prevent me from building a worthy product in this industry. And I have actually proved this truth by trying to launch an e-health software product and by facing with the complications and hardships that I could not overcome. Some might say that resources part of considering which business you would like to start relate more to your weaknesses, but I'm more for dividing them because your weaknesses is something that you control. It's either lack of your skills, hard skills or soft skills, it's either lack of your experience or it's some unfavorable situation you're in. But given that no one here is a millionaire, and unless you have a very wealthy parent and you have a pile of resources behind your back, you anyways lack resources, and this is something you cannot control at the beginner stage. So I'm all for dividing these two, your weaknesses and the resources that you currently possess. Now, if your resources allow you to start a business that you're an expert in, you enjoy doing, and that your current weaknesses do not interfere with, you have found your thing. Congratulations. After that, you are ready to analyze other things. For example, is the business profitable overall? Is there a demand on the market you're going to serve? How huge is the competition? How you're going to beat your competition? How are you going to stand out with the product or your service that you're going to provide? How are you going to operate? And so on and so forth. However, these questions are operational and do not relate to strategic vision, to strategic planning of your business. These are operational, and operational come second. Once you define your strategic vision, it will be easier to define what actions to take to solve the operational needs. What matters is that by following this strategy, defining your strengths, your desires and inclinations, your weaknesses and your resources, by having combined all of those and having chosen your direction, you are now ready to start a business that you would love and you know that you will be able to perform. This might have covered it for today, Top Gun, except for a small announcement I have to make is that the next couple of videos will be dedicated more for detailed starting a business process. And I will be talking about those businesses I know about. It's launching ebooks on Amazon and starting a remote home-based IT development agency. And final question, would you like to start a business or you're more for home-based online careers? And again, I'm questioning you, which videos would you like me to cover, more related to work-at-home professions or online businesses? Please let me know in the comments below and I will make them sooner rather than later. Now this finally covers it for today, Top Gun. Have a great week, have a great mood, and see you next Tuesday. Bye!